Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. In this tutorial we will see ASP.NET Core installation requirement, and we will do the setup development environment in this tutorial series, like what all are the prerequisite tools is required to develop a ASP.NET Core application. In the previous tutorial we have seen about the introduction of the ASP.NET Core. If you didn't watch the tutorial, I recommend you please watch part 1 of this tutorial series to understand what is ASP.NET Core. So let's see what all are the things is required to design a ASP.NET Core application in our system. So basically two major things is required to design an application in our system. One is the editor and another is basically ASP.NET Core SDK. And it's nothing but software development kit that is useful to create ASP.NET Core application. And basically the editor which we require, we can use any editor, that is Visual Studio we can use, Visual Studio Code, Sublime we can use Vim and etc. To design a ASP.NET Core application. And Visual Studio community version is free. Basically for the Visual Studio, we can download that Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code from the below link. So you can see this link in my description section, from where you can go to this link and can download the Visual Studio latest version. So we are going to work with the Visual Studio 2019, and with that we will develop our ASP.NET Core application. So when you will go to this link, so this link will look like this, and from here you can download this Visual Studio community version. It's basically a free download. You can download from here, and if you will drag down from here, if you want to develop this ASP.NET Core application using the Visual Studio Code, you can download this free download from here, and based on that you can design. And when you will hover on this, you can see we can download for the Windows, Mac, Linux, what kind of the environment you are looking. Based on that you can download the Visual Studio Code as well as the Visual Studio. From here you can download. And the next is that is .NET Core SDK, that is required. That also we need to download as our requirement. So once you will create a ASP.NET Core application, basically, so you can once you will run this Visual Studio, basically when you will run this app, after downloading, when you will run this exe, it will open and it will ask some things which you need to select to download. So from here I have already installed this Visual Studio 2019 in my system. So let's see what all are the tools and features basically needed to download the application. So let's see what all are the things I have installed in my case. So here it will take few seconds to open basically. And from here when you will run this 2019, so here you are looking this workload is necessary to install, and that is ASP.NET and web development, and it contain ASP.NET Core, ASP.NET and other things which is needed. So you select this one, and then .NET desktop, what all are the things which you require. Based on that you can select the checkbox and can from here you can install. While downloading you can click on this, and based on that you can do the operation, but this is required. And with this basically here if you will see what all are the things it installed. So here in .NET Core cross platform, so what all are the things it is showing, it is installed in my application, and you can see all those things into the individual component. From here you can see what all are the individual component it got installed here. So these are the things. And the next what I'm trying to say is to design an ASP.NET application, make sure to select .NET Core cross-platform development. So basically if you are not installing with the 2019 and if you are installing with the 2017, so basically the things which you are looking here in the workload. So for the core ASP.NET Core, you will see a different box basically. So that you have to install, like that workload you have to select and install. And in that, like when you will select and create that, it will by default like create a SDK 2.1 from this Visual Studio. So that is the thing. And next is like how we can install this .NET Core SDK. So basically, like when by default when you will install this ASP like .NET Core cross platform, it by default install the SDK as a 2.1, but we have to install to the latest version, and currently it is going as a 3.1, which I have installed in my system. So basically what you can do, you can go to this URL, and from this URL when you will go, it will come to here, and from here you can download this Core SDK version, and currently it is a 3.1. You can go to this URL, and from here you can download this SDK. And basically this SDK version contain all the necessary like library is required to develop a ASP.NET Core application. And like if you are going to install this SDK version, then no need to install this runtime. Basically, like this is a partially, like it install only the some necessary things, but this SDK, it contain all the things, all the library basically that is required to create a complete .NET Core. So I recommend you please download this .NET Core SDK and can develop the ASP.NET Core application. So basically here, like when you will like download SDK version and go to the Visual Studio, so it will look like this. And from here, like we can see, like go to this file, and when you will click on this new project, so let's click new, and then from here when you will click on this new project, so what it will ask here, this window will look like this, and from here you can select this ASP.NET Core web application, and from here you need to select like you want to take language as a C# or as a VB.NET. So like in my case I'm going to work with a C#. So what you can do, you can select this ASP.NET Core application. So once you will select this and you will click on this next, here you have to give the web application one, like the project name basically which you want to give. So as of now we are I'm going to explain like what all other things is required to set up application. In the coming tutorial we will see to like create our first ASP.NET Core application. So as of now let's understand like how it look like. You have to select, like once you done the installation, you select this ASP.NET Core web application, and here you give your project name, and once after giving the like project name, when you will click on this create, so once you will click create, like here you can see like the SDK basically which we are looking. So by default it comes with the 2019 as a 2.1, but the latest version is the 3.1. so once you will install that SDK to the latest version, it will look here, and from here you can select that particular version and can create the application. So in the coming tutorial we will see more about like how to create our first ASP.NET Core application basically. So as per this tutorial, like we need an editor to create an application, and the SDK 3.1 or basically the latest one which we are which is available on the Microsoft website. So these two things is required to design or develop a ASP.NET Core application. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.